Everybody, welcome to the stream. It's Friday. We're back for another music discovery stream, but today we're kicking something off with something kind of special because, it started with this. Thank you so much, Matt, for letting me borrow this. This is my last week with this guitar before I give it back, and I got a big project coming up that you'll be finding out about within the week or so, depending on how long it takes to edit and stuff. But I'm going to be saying goodbye to this guitar. So I wanted to revisit the reason that I had the opportunity to play this guitar. The first BAND-MAID video I ever saw, which was the Freedom official live video, and just kind of get back to where I first discovered BAND-MAID and how they became one of my favorite bands. So this is a song, like, I've listened to this song so many times since then, but I don't think I've ever watched the official live video again, except maybe once or twice if people ask me to on stream. But it just never gets recommended to me. It never pops up, and there's been so much new music from BAND-MAID, so I just haven't seen this video since I first watched it. So we're going to be checking it out. First of all, welcome everybody. Purple Dracos, Dr. Tellyman, performer number 6, Michael Hill, Hedabon Nord, Sammy. It's good to see all you guys. Takeshi Akamatsu, hopefully I said that right. Welcome. Arvo R, welcome. I think I got everyone. If not, I'm sorry. Ollie, welcome. Good to see you. But yes, again, we're kicking things off with the first BAND-MAID video I ever saw, Freedom Official Live. Let's check it out. They're getting the hype going. Lisa on the SG. Love how into the performance Konami gets. Konami's singing along with this chorus this is probably the most memorable moment. Just like seeing how into the music this guitarist was, not just there to perform, but to like really, like, you know, enjoy what she's doing. Also, the first time I ever heard a bassist quite like this before. Now I kind of take it for granted because I listen to Japanese music all the time. But when I first heard this song, hearing Misa just like basically soloing on the bass the entire time was like, what the heck? Dude, it was definitely opening a whole new world to me. I also don't think I noticed my first time watching it. I don't think I even noticed that the singer changed right there, because I didn't know them at all yet, and I was just, you know, when I first watched BAND-MAID, I was mainly a drum, like I was looking for cool drummers to watch, and Akane was recommended to me, but I had really, like, up to that point, all my reaction videos were focused on the drums, so I wasn't planning on paying attention to the vocals or the guitar. But it's BAND-MAID. They kind of force you to pay attention to everything. Also love the way Konami gets down and like draws the attention to Miku where it belongs for the second verse, you know? Like, that was cool to see within a band. Not everyone trying to hog the spotlight, pulling different directions towards themselves, but actually, like, you know, showing respect to each other and highlighting the member that deserves it at the moment, you know? So if it wasn't for that drum solo in this song, I might have never heard of BAND-MAID, because I was on the search for cool drummers at the time. So that's why this video in particular was recommended to me. And like, yeah, I don't know if I would have heard that without that drum solo. So that's cool. But you know the thing where, like, the more you learn, the stupider you realize that you are? Like, I feel like that's where I am now, is now after being exposed to BAND-MAID in the Japanese music scene for a few years now I really realize how special this band is. Like, when I first heard them, I was just like, oh yeah, another cool drummer. But the more I've gotten to know them and been exposed to more music and then coming back to this, like, I really realize how special this whole combination of people is, you know, as a band. They're just so outstanding. The amount of fun they have together. Okay, I gotta watch that again because I was drinking coffee during the beginning of the solo. I want to really focus on it. I love the way Konami structures her guitar solos. A lot of them kind of have that similar feel where they're like going up and down, and then they end with that really sick arpeggio at the end. That like, yeah. I'm at a bad angle here, but whatever she's doing there is just so sick. But it's kind of her signature at the end of her solos, you know. Getting that big like note bend at the end of it. Bass line is so cool too. In that end of that, or the second half of that chorus, the dun, 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 it's like it changes from a rock feel to almost like a, I don't know, like jazzy walking bass feel, and it just like gives it such a different flavor for this kind of chorus, you know. Also, Glenn, welcome. And yes, I was saving that for the end, but I was gonna say huge shout out to Glenn Black being the one who requested this originally and introduced me to BAND-MAID. And he found me when I accidentally reacted to Yo-Yoko when I was looking for kid drummers because, you know, I started playing drums when I was a kid, and I was curious what other kid drummers are out there posting their videos to YouTube. And, you know, Yo-Yoko fans came out of the woodwork when I posted that video, and Glenn was one of them. So thank you so much, Glenn, for sharing BAND-MAID with me initially. Like, it literally changed my life. So thank you so much for that. I love that video so much, man. I gotta watch that more often. Just, you can't help but smile watching that performance because they're having such a great time. Misa, Akane, like Konami constantly, they're just always smiling in this performance, and it's so fun to watch. But again, Glenn has had such a huge impact on this channel. Like, he's the one that reached out to me, got me to actually organize myself enough to make a website and, you know, put links in my description. I wouldn't be doing these live streams with my website if it wasn't for Glenn. So thank you so much for like reaching out to me and giving me ideas for how to actually, you know, be successful and be organized on YouTube, because I was just kind of winging it. until you reached out. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, Glenn is like literally the other half of this channel that made it all work out. So I can't thank you enough, man. Anyway, all right. Well, like I said, keep on the lookout for my special project. You might be able to guess what it's gonna be, um, because I have a guitar, and it's a BAND-MAID guitar. So you probably have a kind of an idea, but I don't want to spoil anything yet. So we're gonna head over to Twitch now, get to the request portion of the stream. Thank you all so much for joining me uh, for this, and yeah, the link is in the description as always. So I'll see you over there.